Hollow's casing the catalogue for the new Stampin' Up 2016-17 catalogue. Today we're going to be working with the Acorny Thank You set. I'm just going to bring this up to the camera so you can see the card we're going to make here. Now I know traditionally this is more of a Thanksgiving style set, but I really like this as just a general thank you card or a special thank you card for someone. I'm just going to grab my supplies. Now I didn't have the textured impression sparkle folder, so I've got two different versions we're going to try. One I've made on my sample card, you can see here, and that's the spots. And then for the one I'm going to do on the video, I've got the woodland that I've cut down to the appropriate size for you as well. So you can see a couple of different ones as we work through. Now this is actually a really easy card. These are the supplies we need. And I'm going to just grab our ribbons and our stump set. And we've got a block here ready. And here are the inks we need. We've got everything laid out. So we're going to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my card base. And I've made that with half a sheet of A4 and I've cut it lengthways. I just think it was just a personal opinion and it's not how they've done it in the catalogue. But I just liked the long card better than the traditional fold. I thought it suited this card better. Then we need to do some tone on tone stamping. So we're going to use the crumb cake, because we've used half a sheet of crumb cake on our base. We're going to use the stamp that says grateful for you. And we're just going to stamp fairly randomly, to be honest. And just to build up a nice tone on tone pattern. And you just want to build this up over the sheet. You could copy exactly how it is on the catalogue. You could do something similar to me. You could do something more regimented using a Stamp-A-Majig if you preferred. There we go. So that's my pattern. And that's plenty of stamps. Let me just give that a wipe and I can take that off. And then you can put your crumb cake away. You don't need that one again. And then you need a piece of, I've used Pool Party because that's a coordinating colour. And this is 2 1/4 inches by 4.5 inches. And I'm going to just stick that down flat. And I'm going to stick that just up here. Probably, I don't know, what's that? Probably 1/2 inch in from the edge, roughly. And just maybe tiny bit down from the top just so that it sits nicely. Okay, and the next thing you want is one of the metallic doilies. It doesn't matter whether it's the silver or the gold because we're actually going to turn it the other way up. And that's the great thing with the doilies. You can turn them over and you could spritz them, you could daub them, you could sponge them, you could do all sorts of different things, and you can make any colour of doily that you wanted. Make sure that one's off. I'm going to put that on a couple of dimensionals and I'm going to stick that up here like so. And then the next thing we need is some of the lovely taffeta, not taffeta, burlap ribbon, and we're going to fold it in half and cut a point like that. And I'm going to cut it down here and then I'm going to do the same on the other end. There we are, so that's that piece. And I'm just going to put a little bit of snail over it. And I'm going to give it a little bit of tension so it's nice and flat. And then we need to do our acorn. So I'm going to pop that to the side just for a second. I've just got a scrap piece of Whisper White here. We're going to use the spotty top, and with that I'm going to stamp it in the Sweet Sugar Plum. There we go, I'll stamp it down there. And we'll give it a little bit of a clean. Pop it on there. Then we need to stamp out our thankful. And that's in Wild Wasabi. Take a little mark off my stamp. There we we go. And again, I'm just going to stamp that on the cardstock. I'm just going to put both of those away. And then I'm going to use the Pool Party to stamp out my Acorn base. Oh, got ribbon flying everywhere. So then we want our Acorn base, which is that one. And we're going to stamp that in the Pool Party. So, like that. And that's all the elements of your Acorn. So the great thing about the Acorny Thank You is there is a matching punch that we can use to punch all of our elements out. Let me just see where I've put it. Yeah. I have a punch cart next to me, so I just had to grab it out of there. Then I'm going to punch out my main acorn, like that. Ooh. And so I'm going to punch now out the top, trying to avoid a little bit. There we go. That's the top of our acorn, which will go on there when we're done. And then the thankful you just need to cut out by hand. So I've got some little paper snips, which I just had in my hand. Let's grab another set. I've got some big ones here. And I'm going to just leave a tiny bit of border. Probably no more than about 1/8 of an inch, but I'm doing it by eye. I mean, you could cut it close and then not have to worry about an uneven border. That would be absolutely fine as well. So, sorry, I'm quiet, I'm concentrating. That one. Okay. And then we're just going to assemble this part. So I'm just going to use a little bit of snail on the top of my acorn and stick that on. Then I'm going to use a little bit of snail across the middle. And then I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back. Like so. And if I grab my card base back, I can stick my acorn on. Now the last thing is that I chose on the sample to do a piece of the linen thread. Now I really struggle with this winding round ribbon and I can never find a way to like it. So what I've decided is the best way is to put a little glue dot on the end, wind my thread around how I want it, like so. Now I'm just going to slip it there because I won't need any more than that. And then on the other end, again, I put another glue dot, like so, and I just tuck it in when I'm done onto a piece underneath. There we go. So there we are. And that is the finished card. I mean, it's a really quick and easy card, and I will tag it in our quick and easy series, but I think it looks really pretty, and I actually really like this woodland behind it. Or you've got the option of having the spots. So that's today's card, and I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for another case in the catalogue. See you then. Happy stamping!